March 23rd, 2022. Dear Diary. When you were young, you were the king of carrot flowers, and how you built a tower tumbling through the trees in holy rattlesnakes that fell all around your feet. And your mom would stick a fork right into Daddy's shoulder, and Dad would throw the garbage all across the floor as we would lay and learn what each other's bodies were for. Hi, I'm Salty. This is Andrew. That's Dante. That's Alex. And we built you all a show based on the album In the Aeroplane Over the Sea by Neutral Milk Hotel. This is the first song on the album. It's called The King of Carrot Flowers, Part 1. When you were young, you were the king of carrot flowers. Neutral Milk Hotel is a band with a bunch of people in it, but it's really the brainchild of this guy, Jeff Mangum. He wrote the songs, he put the band together, he released this album on February 10th, 1998. Neutral Milk Hotel has not released an album since. When you were young, you were the king of carrot flowers, and how you built a tower tumbling through the trees. The album doesn't have a single radio hit on it. You either know it or you don't. If you do know it, that's probably because somebody told you about it. If you don't know it, this is the night you discover it. When you were young, you were the king of carrot flowers, and how you built a tower tumbling through the trees in holy rattlesnakes that fell all around your feet. Okay, a couple of things before we get started. We're gonna sing some songs for you, I'm gonna tell some stories, and then we're gonna go. And you're gonna go, as we all must in the end. We may perform this show 100 more times, but it'll never be like this again. Not like this, not like tonight, not like us. And that's the deal. Is that cool with everybody? Okay, great. So, the exits are here, here, and here. The bathroom is through this door, hang a left, straight ahead, down the long hallway. These are your seats. You are sitting in them. This is called mood lighting. That is a cocktail. These are your servers. Say hi to your servers! Oh! Those are your bartenders in the back. Say hi, bartenders! These folks up here run the lights and sound. Sitting next to them, your stage manager. This is a stage. This is the band. This is the theater. Today is March 23rd, 2022. And this is the room one afternoon. I knew I could love you. And from above you, how I sank into your soul. Into that secret place where no one dares to go. And your mom would drink until she was no longer speaking. And Dad would dream of all the different ways to die. Each one a little more than he could dare to try. I just reread The Diary of Anne Frank. Have you ever read it? It's the real-life diary of this young Jewish girl, Anne Frank, and her diary is a record of her life ages 13 to 15 when she lived in a cramped secret annex behind a bookcase in her father's office building in Amsterdam, hiding from the Nazis during World War II. She lived in this secret annex with her family, the Franks, and another family, the Van Dans. After 2 years, they were all discovered by the Gestapo and sent away to various concentration camps. Anne died of typhus before the war was over. After the war, her father recovered her diary and published it. Now I know what you're thinking. Why is he bringing up Anne Frank right now? Oh God, are we gonna talk about Anne Frank today? Yes we are. When you were young, you were the king of carrot flowers. Has anyone here ever kept a diary? Yes, write down all your thoughts and feelings. Anyone never kept a diary? Yes, they won't even say it out loud. No paper trail. Smart. I kept a diary from ages 14 to 28. The first entry is from August 1st, 1994. I write, I start my journey at age 14. A late night walk, 11:15 p.m., I just snuck out of the house. Now I sit on the cement steps that lead up to my father's front door. This place is quaint and homey, but it is not my home. I do not belong here. But where do I belong? This question rushes through my mind. There is so much I don't know. Oh, yes, girl. But life is life, and pain is pain. So many questions, and with each one I seem to know myself less and less. But I am beautiful just the same. Alone, but beautiful. But beautiful and alive. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. When you were young, you were the king of carrot flowers. In Anne's diary, on page 47 of the Bantam paperback edition, with a foreword by Eleanor Roosevelt, Anne tells a story about beans. You see, these two families, the Franks and the Van Dams, they've been storing dried beans in sacks hanging from hooks just inside the secret doorway. But the thing is, these beans are really heavy, and they're starting to worry that the seams of the sacks will split. All the beans will come spilling out, which would cause a commotion, which might alert the workers downstairs that there are Jews hiding in the building. So, late one night, when the building is empty, they decide to move these sacks of beans up one flight. And Peter Van Dam, the 15-year-old son of Mr. and Mrs. Van Dam, has been charged with the task. He gets 5 sacks of beans up the stairs, no problem. But as he's carrying the 6th sack up the stairs, the bottom seam splits, and all the beans come rattling down the stairs. Anne writes, it gave Peter a moment's fright, but he was soon roaring with laughter, especially when he saw me standing at the bottom of the stairs like a little island in a sea of beans. At the time of this entry, it has been 4 months since these two families went into hiding together. This is the first time that Anne mentions Peter in any detail. When you were young, you were the king of carrot flowers, and how you built a tower tumbling through the trees, in holy rattlesnakes that fell all around your feet. After this album was released, Jeff Mangum stepped out of the spotlight. The more successful the album became, the less the world seemed to be able to find him. But the thing is, people had questions. They wanted to know, where did this music come from? What do your lyrics mean? What does the album mean? Is it autobiographical? Is it about your family? Is it about your childhood? Is it about Anne Frank? But, yes, we don't really know the answers to those questions because Jeff Mangum didn't really want to talk about it. And your mom would stick a fork right into Daddy's shoulder, and Dad would throw the garbage all across the floor, as we would lay and learn what each other's bodies were for. On August 21st, 2001, I write in my diary, all I want to do is love. Everything I do is for love. Everything I say is for love. I say it every single day, but never loud enough for anyone to hear. Though I have yet to experience it, I believe that love will be a great adventure. On August 21st, 1942, Anne writes in her diary, I still don't like Peter. He is so boring. He flops lazily on his bed half the time, does a bit of carpentry, then goes back for another snooze. What a fool! On August 21st, 1997, I have absolutely no idea what Jeff Mangum was doing, but maybe he was writing this song. When you were young, you were the king of carrot flowers. Okay, let's take a tour of the secret annex. The building, which sits along the Prinsengracht Canal, is 4 stories high. The secret annex sits in the back of the building on the 3rd and 4th floors. First, there is a small doorway hidden by a bookcase. Through this doorway, there is a small room with a steep staircase. This is where those beads were hanging. Just to the left of the staircase, there is another doorway which leads to Mr. and Mrs. Frank's bedroom. Hang a right. And you're in Anne's bedroom, another right, the WC, right again, and we're back at the beans. Now, up the stairs, there is a small kitchen / living room / dining room, which also doubles as Mr. and Mrs. Van Dan's bedroom. Hang a right, and you're in Pater's room. There is another staircase here, which leads to the attic. This is where the family hangs their laundry out to dry. There is a window here, which looks out at the tops of trees and a bit of sky. This is where Pater dropped those beans, and this is where he sits and listens to his parents' shouting matches, and this is where Anne will come to him for their private meetings. And this is the room one afternoon, I knew I could love you, and from above you how I sank into your soul, into that secret place where no one dares to go. Can you believe we're still singing this song? Your mom would drink until she was no longer speaking, and Dad would dream of all the different ways to die, each one a little more than he could dare to try. The carrot is a biennial plant, which means it takes 2 years to complete its biological life cycle. In the first year, the carrot grows roots under the ground. In the second year, the plant flowers and dies. But the thing about carrots is, we really only want them for their roots, so we pull them up in the first year, which means that most carrots never get a chance to flower. I mean, I don't even know what a carrot flower looks like. Do you? When you were young, you were the king of carrot flowers. When you were young, you were the king of carrot flowers. When you were young, you were the king of carrot flowers.